Welcome back to another video. It is Wednesday the 31st of December. It is New Year's Eve. I was about to say Christmas Eve. I am a week behind. It is New Year's Eve. It is about 6:30, so fairly late start to my training. It is freezing cold. There's already fireworks going off around us as well. Thankfully, our dog Zuko is not bothered by fireworks because we do have to go to the gym once we're done here, although only literally for like 2 accessories and a bit of cardio, so it'll be a really quick session once I'm done here. But it is New Year's Eve. I've got no plans. We do nothing. My partner and I do nothing for New Year's Eve. We'll literally probably be in bed by like 10 because we are actually back on a relatively normal sleep schedule. I mean, I didn't wake up today until 9 and I only woke up at 9 because my mum rang me and I was literally sound asleep when the phone went off as well. So kind of getting back into routine. Like I'm going to bed between 10 and 11 every night, but I seem to just be sleeping for so long. But obviously my body needs it and it's fine. I feel like ready to kind of go back to work though. Tomorrow is, I'll say Christmas Day. I'm so off from my days. Tomorrow is New Year's Day. I'm back to work like client facing coaching on Friday, which is the 2nd of January, but I will be logging on tomorrow and doing more like admin-y kind of back office stuff. Also need to pay my tax return over the next few days as well because that is due the end of January and I've basically just kept the money in my savings account for as long as I can. I think my interest should get paid overnight and then I will be paying that off tomorrow, which makes me sad, but I want to get it done as quickly as possible just so that it's done. But yeah, so New Year's Eve, it's been a really good day actually. I've not done loads today. It's been a relatively relaxed day, but I did go for a really long, nice walk on the beach. So there's a beach, it's about a 40 minute drive from here. We're not too far from the coast, there's other areas that are close. But basically one of my friends is home at the moment with her husband and they met up with me today, went on a nice dog walk. They actually had 3 dogs with them. And I took Zuko and Zuko went in a calf for the first time and was actually well behaved, which shocking behavior from him, like was actually really surprised. But had a really lovely like just walk along the beach, was probably there for like 2 hours. That was really nice. Came home and just got like some food in because I also realized I went from like 9 o'clock this morning until I think 3:30, 4 without eating. Not ideal. So got home about 4, ate some food, got a meal in, had my pre-workout meal like an hour later and it's now like 6:30. So make sure to get plenty of drink in, plenty of fuel in, ready for this session because it is week 4. It is SBD. It is a bit late to be starting an SBD day, but it's fine. Nothing crazy today, to be fair. I did, in the last video, if you've watched that, I mentioned that my like glute hamstring issue has not been great, and it is something I'm kind of cautious is kind of slowly getting worse. So I did speak to my coach this morning and asked if I could take out tempo squats and just do normal comp squats because I did notice last week that the tempo on the descent was where I really felt the pain, and that's the only time when training I feel the pain. Like the rest of the time it's just sort of like a constant and I don't really notice it when I lift. But I did definitely notice it last week with tempo squats, so I think it might be worth trying just less time under tension essentially for my hamstring. See if that helps. So I'm actually kind of relieved because today's squats, not crazy heavy. I've got a triple at RP6, a triple at RP7. But I was hoping to aim for around 170 for that's the second triple. I did do 165 last week tempo, and it was probably a slight overshoot for last week, but if I'm not doing tempo, then potentially can hit that quite comfortably. I'm not going to go any heavier, just because I want to keep this day up, like I want to keep the load similar to what I would be doing if it was tempo essentially. And then I've got back off 7s, which I'm not excited for, but it's descending sets. So I think the first set is meant to be RP6, then 5.5, then 5. I'll probably just drop 10 kilos at a time like I have been doing. Maybe aim for 150 for my first set of 7, my heavier set, but we'll just sort of see. Then I've got my really light bench day, so just 3x5. I think the set load is 90 this week, I think. And then I've got 4x2 pause deadlifts, I think at 150. If I've remembered that all correctly, I'll be very proud of myself. But it's not a super heavy session. It shouldn't take me too long. I just need to kind of crack on and get started. But it's very cold out here and I don't really want to. But I will say I'm feeling good. Like I actually feel the most willing to train that I have in a while. Feel quite not excited to train because it's going to suck. But my body feels the best it has in a while. My energy levels are better than they have been. Food has been much better the last few days. So I'm quite looking forward to hopefully feeling much better than I did when I trained last week. And yeah, I don't think there's any other updates. It's just been a relatively peaceful kind of, just break really, peaceful few days. But I am definitely excited to get back to work. Not necessarily back to like waking up early, but I am excited to get back into routine because I do struggle when I'm not in routine, and I think that'll just serve me so much better when I'm back in routine. But yeah, I think that's all my updates. So I'm going to stop talking and I will get ready to squat. Okay, so that was the best session I have probably had since comp. I really just enjoyed the entire thing. I got it done in less than an hour and a half. I think about an hour and 20 minutes, start to finish, including like warming up and everything. It's literally now 1 minute to 8, and I've obviously just started cleaning up and stuff as well. I also keep using obviously as a filler word, and I said this in a previous video, and it really bothers me, so apologies for that. That session went incredibly well. I capped myself at 170 for my heaviest triple on squats. The 160 was super comfortable. The 170 was super comfortable. Massive confidence boost. I capped myself at 170, as I think I briefly mentioned at the start of the video. It was supposed to be tempo squats today, but because I think tempo squats have been irritating my hamstring, like glute issue more, Lewis agreed for me to just do normal comp squats to see if that helps. And I have to say, it feels way less irritated than it has at the end of this session the last few weeks. So I think we're onto something there. So very, very happy with that. And then I did a 150 for 7 on squats as well, which felt really comfortable. I just took my time because 7s do get me out of breath. And my fitness is not the best right now. So very happy with that. Also, apologies, I'm probably like breathing really heavy into this mic because I am really out of breath because like I've literally put the bar down, started clearing up and just haven't stopped. But yeah, I'm really happy with how squats went. Managed to get away with a narrower stance again today. Pretty much where my old stance used to be, maybe slightly wider. And I was really not sure if I'd be able to. Last week, my wider stance, I was fairly confident. Like this session last week, my wider stance felt awful, and I was fairly certain after that it wasn't going to work for me like long term. But I didn't want to write it off just yet. But on my Friday session last week, I didn't film. It's my super light day. I did play around with my stance width just on 70 kilos before I actually started my light squats for the day. And kind of an in-between stance felt better. And I did think to myself, yeah, I have so much more power with a narrower stance out of the hole. So today I just kind of played around a little bit. Wasn't confident that I would actually be able to get away with a narrow stance today because my feet have been really painful the last few days. I've been doing a lot of extra walking with Zuko and stuff, more steps than normal, longer walks than normal again as well the last 2 days. And literally just walking around the house, I'm like creeping because my feet are in so much pain that I did not expect to actually be able to squat narrow today without my ankle flaring up or anything. But it felt amazing, like absolutely fine. So really happy with squats. I think my squat is back. The 170 set of 6 was probably, not set of 6, set of 3 was probably an RP 6 at most. So super happy with that. Bench 3x5 at 90. It never feels good on this day because I do my upper accessories and my heavy bench yesterday. So it's fine. I'm not mad at it. It moved as it does every week. So not a problem there. And then sumo felt really solid. Every set felt really good. And I definitely noticed because my hamstring glute issue wasn't as bad, I just felt like it felt crisp. Everything felt good. There was no second guessing. The only thing I've struggled with, which I think is why I trained so fast tonight, is how cold it is out here. So I've had, my hair looks disgusting because I've had my hat on most of the session. It's literally freezing. I don't know how cold it is outside, but I've had the heater on in here, but the heat doesn't really stay. The garage isn't insulated at all. And it's literally 0 degrees. It's literally freezing cold. The garage isn't insulated, so the heat just escapes the room so quickly. The heater kind of helped for squats, but as soon as I took either my hat or my jumper off, I just felt like I was freezing cold and my joints felt cold. So I did make sure to kind of not have a break between each lift and just go, which is why the session was so quick. But it felt good, and it's the quickest I've trained in a while, and I prefer training quick. When I'm training quick, I know I'm just lost in the session and I'm just having fun. And I felt like that again today for the first time since before comp. So really happy. Not much else to say, I don't think. There wasn't really much else I was going to talk through today. Because it is so cold, I think I'm just going to wrap the video up here, head in, get myself to the gym and get back so I can just curl up on the sofa with my dog in front of the TV. To be fair, I'll probably be in bed within the next 2 hours as well. So thank you if you've made it to the end. Last video of the year. It will be uploaded in the new year, to be fair, because I'm a week behind with my videos. But thank you if you made it to the end. I really appreciate it. Please leave a like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you in a few days for the next one.